To not go into a ton of basic commentary on combat, because you guys have gotten quite a bit of that in the last one. But obviously notice just a few reminders here that Justin is executing everyone. Not only do you get big point bonuses for executing everyone, but of course remember that that's your perks. That's what gives you the payoff, and that's the main thing. The way you heal yourself, of course, is the healing perk. One kind of pro tip is go into combats and execute someone really quickly with the damage perk enabled, and then you'll start a 10-second burn. That's the way the damage perk works, is every time you execute somebody with it on, you get a burn, and the amount of damage is increased depending on which execution you got, legendary, recruit, etc.
I will tell you this too. Other pro tip, Crytek likes to shoot people in the face with arrows. So
other pro tip.
So I'm trying to figure out how exactly that's a pro tip, but definitely understand the warning. This is a pretty fun place. This is a great place if you're trying to, there's a cool achievement that has to do with reflecting arrows. Definitely, this is a great place to sit and do that.
my suggestion is you do it all in one story. That's just
Yeah, you can tell Justin did some time and put some time into multiplayer.
Did some time. That was a fantastic slip up.
I've done
Did some time.
Thank you, Freud.
One of the things that we learned as game developers is doing real time helps us make great combat games.
So, big deal there is you saw that in the combat scroll as Justin finished that, because he executed everybody in that and took very few hits, and I didn't see all the combat scroll, but you can see he got points for everything. So performing really well is definitely the big difference, and of course all your rewards go way up, including perks and just the raw points themselves.
And one answer for Gallifrey Doctor, you can buy the Ryse Day 1 edition digitally on Xbox One at launch for 2 weeks after launch, and you get all the bonuses that are in the Day 1 edition.
So here's a really big tip that most of us use. Two things. One is you always want to execute in pairs if you can. The other thing is you'll notice that it's actually challenging to execute the shield guys, because they're, as long as they have their shield, they have a window that opens to execute them that it closes again. So you can't get them into an executable state based on health alone. So that one of the things that a lot of us do here is use our Pila and throw it at the shield guys, and they'll take out their shields. The other thing to do, of course, is if you're fighting a shield guy and you're trying to get that double execution, get the other guy, usually an axe guy, down to low health first. Then worry about the shield guy, and you'll notice that you can execute them. Both much more simply.
There might be an achievement for that.
There could be. Boy, that would be like design or something.
That would be like, it'd be like we're trying to give you tips to make your game experience better.
Whoa, really?
Whoa!
Wait, we can do
Whoa,
that.
hey, more dudes. You know, if I were a designer, I would have put more Pilas in this part.
If you were, if only.
I'm going to get to Andreas, the level designer who laid this out. Andreas, did you hear that?
Okay, so
Okay,
I'm following his tip.
Now he's
So
going to
now-
set up the double.
There we go. Oh, I'm going to make sure.
Good.
Oh, there
And
we
there
go.
he did it. See
Look at
that?
that.
So let's talk about skulls for a second. There's some confusion, or well, at least internally anyway, on how the skulls work. So the way the skulls work is a single white skull means that someone is executable in executable state, usually because you've gotten them to low health. The red skull means that you've critically stunned them, and those only last a certain amount of time. This can happen from multiple shield bashes. Okay, one cool thing is, look at the way that the Centurion, did you see the way that his plume fluctuated in the wind? That's a really nice feature, and as Roby was pointing out earlier, there were many brooms sacrificed in the filming of this section.
Where were these Pila in the last fight area?
Because there weren't nearly as many guys.
Just kidding. Yeah, he's good.
So here's a pro tip. We originally had it so those boats back there that Justin just ran totally past because he wanted to do this melee. You can actually stand behind those boats back there and pick the guys off sort of one at a time if you want to do it with Pila.
Or
Except when you get hit. Except when you get hit.
Yeah, I was looking for you, dude. These are the best ones we're doing. We're getting
Another great tip here, obviously, is you're always going to get the most points from using regular combos to execute people in doubles, right? So using Pila, using Ballista, those things don't give you nearly as many points, especially in the case of Ballista. Again, you have to execute well in some cases, so it's not always guaranteed, but definitely the case. Another thing is we have a focus mode, which slows enemies down in an area. One thing to be conscious of is while it definitely helps you get past a lot of encounters, if you want to get the absolute highest scores, you can't use focus mode. You actually get more points not using it. However, it's a fantastic way to get through things, and it's a fantastic way to set up double executions, especially when you're kind of in the mid-tier point ability range.
Okay, so put this one back over here. Now.
You like know where these are or something.
Yeah, man.
All I ever do is kill the dudes.
Can we go for a few questions?
Yeah, of
Please.
course. We can go for a few questions as long as they're not going to make me look bad.
Why is your face like that? What?
Oh! That must be for
no.
question.
Up.
That should be for question lady.
Oh, whatever. Because it's awesome. Okay. Can all of the HUD be disabled in the single player?
I don't
No.
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 That's a resounding no
That's a no.
from JFs, the
Okay.
foremost expert on HUD.
Something.
Can we talk about campaign length or how many hours of gameplay?
Bajillion.
A bajillion. There you have it. A bajillion. You learned. You learned.
No, we can't. So bajillion.
A bajillion. I mean, it's just so varies on people's ability.
Yep.
What they want to get through. So.
Like when Jay plays, it's about 150 hours.
Oh, ladies and
Is
gentlemen.
it? Are you implying that Jay is bad at life?
No, he's not. He's not. Jay is way
I
better.
should-
To be honest, if Jay took this controller, he would make me be looking better now. So I
so-
bow to the master. I
No,
bow to
it's
the master,
okay.
but
I do okay.
But I do things for a laugh.
One important thing there is you just saw that was the initial formation section, and that teaches you how to do the formation gameplay. Which right there was deflecting arrows, blocking arrows. Later on, it'll actually involve you throwing Pila too. We'll see that.
I think they want to see. The other thing too is they want you to use peel up here. I will definitely tell you in this section you want to use peel up.
That's right. One of the best things you can do, and this is a great pro tip, a huge benefit is to quick throw the Pila, and you do that just by pressing the left trigger and then quickly tapping the right trigger, and so it's sort of a bam motion, right, where you do them pretty quickly, one after another, and then you throw very quickly at the guys right in front of you. It's a great equalizer, especially against more difficult guys. And again, if you're going for max score, it's a great thing to do against shielded enemies to make them so they don't have that open and close vulnerability.
Another collector's tip. Chapow.
Alright, let's see. So if you guys, if I miss your question, please feel free to repost. The chat move is pretty quick. So,
As always, we have red barrels. They explode. If you throw once, they light on fire and then have a short timer. I'd say it's probably a second and a half, give or take. If you hit them with 2 projectiles, be it Scorpio or ballista shots, or Pila, they'll explode immediately.